Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the Daily Gardener, and thank you for listening. I'm your host, Jennifer Ebling. It's November 30th. Today we celebrate an herbalist who kept a remarkable journal, and we'll also learn about the German botanist who founded the study of algae. We'll review the charming words of an American writer and poet born today, and we grow that garden library with a helpful guide for trees, shrubs, and hedges. And then we'll wrap things up with the story of an icon in Canadian literature, beloved worldwide, and she loved to garden. But first, here's a quick reminder to be sure to head on over to the Daily Gardener website. It's at thedailygardener.org. And once you're there, you can sign up for the free Friday newsletter, which you'll get in your inbox every Friday, and it will include a personal update from me, garden-related items for your calendar. You'll get all of the books that were featured in the Grow That Garden Library segment for the week, as well as gardener gift ideas, garden-inspired recipes, and so forth. Plus, each week, one lucky subscriber wins a book from the Grow That Garden Library bookshelf. So there's some incentive. All right, here's today's curated news. Today's news was featured in Garden and Gun, and it caught my attention because it says Georgia-made wreaths that you'll want to keep up past New Year's. Well, I love wreath making this time of year, and this particular article was loaded with fantastic tips, in addition to reminding us to forage for natural elements from our own garden or in our own wild spaces. So go ahead and check that out. You'll find it in the free Facebook group for the show, the Daily Gardener Community. That's where you'll find all of my curated news articles and original blog posts. So you never have to take any notes or search for links for the things that I mentioned in the curated news, because they're all there for free in the Daily Gardener Community. So the next time you're on Facebook, just search for Daily Gardener Community, where you'd search for a friend and request to join. I'd love to meet you in the group. Here's today's brevities. On this day, November 30th, in 1791, Martha Ballard recorded her work as an herbalist and midwife. For 27 years, Martha kept a journal of her work as the town healer and midwife for Hallowell, Maine. In all, Martha assisted with 816 births. Today, Martha's marvelous journal gives us a glimpse into the plants she regularly used and how she applied them medicinally. As for how Martha sourced her plants, she raised them in her garden, or she foraged for them in the wild. As the village apothecary, Martha found her own ingredients, and she personally made all of her herbal remedies. And so it was that 229 years ago today, Martha recorded her work to help her sick daughter. She wrote, "My daughter Hannah is feeling very unwell this evening. I gave her some chamomile and camphor." Today we know that chamomile has a calming effect, and camphor can help treat skin conditions, improve respiratory function, and relieve pain. And today is the birthday of the German botanist Nathanael Pringsheim, who was born on this day, November 30th, in 1823. Nathanael was a founder of algology, which is the study of algae. Nathanael's work led to an understanding of how algae and fungi live, develop, and reproduce. In 1882, Nathanael founded the German Botanical Society. And today is the birthday of the American writer and humorist Samuel Langhorne Clemens, known by his pen name, Mark Twain. And he was born on this day, November 30th, in 1835. Samuel used the garden and garden imagery to convey his wit and satire. In 1874, Samuel's sister Susan and her husband built an octagonal shed for Samuel to write in, and they surprised him with it when he visited them on their farm in upstate New York. The shed was perfectly situated on a hilltop overlooking the Chemung River Valley. As was the case with Roald Dahl, the shed was not only a spur for creativity, but it removed Samuel from the main home. Like Roald Dahl, Samuel smoked as he wrote, and his sister despised his incessant pipe smoking. In this little octagonal shed, Samuel wrote significant sections of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, Life on the Mississippi, A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, The Prince and the Pauper, A Tramp Abroad, and many other short works. And in 1952, Samuel's octagonal garden shed was relocated to the Elmira College campus in Elmira, New York. Today, people can visit the shed with student guides daily throughout the summer and by appointment in the off-season. Here are some garden-related thoughts by Samuel Langhorne Clemens, aka Mark Twain. Climate is what we expect. Weather is what we get. It was a soft, reposeful summer landscape, as lovely as a dream, and as lonesome as Sunday. To get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. After all these years, I see that I was mistaken about Eve in the beginning. It is better to live outside the garden with her than inside it without her. And here's today's unearthed words. Today is the birthday of the American writer and poet Charlotte Fisk Bates, who was born on this day, November 30th, in 1838. Many of Charlotte's poems were about gardens or incorporated garden imagery. This one's called The Healing Powers of Flowers. Although the heart is very sore from loss, yet there are healing powers. It eases much the burden of a cross to cover it with flowers. Faith, hope, and love, the blossoms of the three, help heal the hurt of our humanity. And here's one of my favorites from Charlotte called Suspicions. Of those that make our honey, it is known that feared and beaten back, they turn and sting, while fearlessly, if they are let alone, in time they fly away on harmless wing. And so suspicions buzz like angry bees. Do they torment you with their threatened stings? Oh, let them buzz as near you as they please. Keep quiet. They, as well as bees, have wings. And finally, here's one called Woodbines in October. In this poem, she's referring to Clematis virginiana, and it's similar to the sweet autumn clematis. As dyed in blood, the streaming vines appear, while long and low the wind about them grieves. The heart of autumn must have broken here and poured its treasure out upon the leaves. It's time to grow that garden library with today's book, Trees, Shrubs, and Hedges for Your Home by the editors of Creative Homeowner. This book came out in 2010, and the subtitle is Secrets for Selection and Care over 1,000 plant descriptions, and 550 photos to help you design your landscape and enhance your outdoor space. As we get older, it's best to transition to more trees, shrubs, and hedges in the garden for overall less maintenance and hassle. In this fantastic resource, you will learn how to landscape with trees, shrubs, and hedges for 4-season interest, color, and beauty. You'll be able to select plants to improve your property's appearance and value. Create a harmonious design, keeping in mind scale, color, and texture. You'll save money by selecting the best cultivars. You'll improve your soil and success rate while planting and transplanting with confidence. And you'll be able to prune and care for your plants for extended beauty and life. Trees, shrubs, and hedges are the bones of the garden, and designing with them is a skill that can be learned. This book is a whopping 550 pages, complete with loads of color photos and illustrations of everything you need to design a beautiful landscape with trees, shrubs, and hedges for your home. You can get a copy of Trees, Shrubs, and Hedges for your home and support the show using the Amazon link in today's show notes for around $13. Finally, here's something sweet to revive the little botanic spark in your heart. Today is the birthday of the Canadian writer and author of the Anne of Green Gables series, Lucy Maud Montgomery, who was born on this day, November 30th, in 1874. Lucy was born on Prince Edward Island, and she was almost 2 years old when her mother died. Like her character Anne of Green Gables, Lucy had an unconventional upbringing when her father left her to be raised by her grandparents. Despite being a Canadian literary icon and loved worldwide, Lucy's personal life was marred by loneliness, death, and depression. Historians now believe she may have ended her own life. Yet we know that flowers and gardening were a balm to Lucy. She grew lettuce, peas, carrots, radish, and herbs in her kitchen garden. And Lucy had a habit of going to the garden after finishing her writing and her chores about the house. Today in Norval, the place where Lucy lived in her adult life, the Lucy Maud Montgomery Sensory Garden is located next to the public school. The landscape architect Eileen Foley created the garden, which features an analematic or horizontal sundial, a butterfly and bird garden, a children's vegetable garden, a log bridge, and a woodland trail. It was Lucy Maud Montgomery who wrote, "I love my garden, and I love working in it. To potter with green growing things, watching each day to see the dear new sprouts come up, is like taking a hand in creation, I think. Just now, my garden is like faith, the substance of things hoped for." Thanks for listening to The Daily Gardener. And remember, for a happy, healthy life, garden every day. The Daily Gardener is produced in lovely Wyoming, Minnesota with the help of Paige Mance, Brooke Bierbaum, Kiana Rayleigh, Maddie Doyle, Natalie Decker, and Eric Begay. You can find The Daily Gardener on all your favorite social media. You can follow the show on Instagram, and listeners always have a standing invitation to join the free Facebook group for the show. Just search for Daily Gardener Community the next time you're on Facebook and request to join. All the the stories and books that are featured on the show can be found over at thedailygardener.org, thedailygardener.org. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for my free Friday newsletter. Last but not least, you can share your own gardener greetings on the show by emailing me at jennifer@thedailygardener.org. I'm your host, Jennifer Ebling, and as always, have a great day in the garden, and we'll see you tomorrow.